You only have anxiety when you have something to hide. So let's explore that. For a lot of my life, that's been the biggest challenge I've had just about, I reckon, is anxiety. I've had it since I was born. All different types of anxieties, and they're all interconnected and interrelated, even though we don't often realise that, because we see this as a trigger or that as a trigger, and then we get lost in all the different subtleties between it. But it's all connected to the same thing. And when I look back at my life and then all the other people I've been, fortunate to help and make sense of their anxieties in their worlds, there's a common denominator. And that is that every single piece of anxiety we feel is often derived around us hiding an aspect of ourselves. Yes, you can play into the fear-based stuff around worrying about how something's going to turn out and you get anxious about it, okay? But if you dive deeper, and it might be hard for some of you, or maybe it's easy for some of you, but if you dive deeper, you'll realise that there's something you're hiding underneath all of that. Maybe it's hiding the acceptance of the truth. Maybe it's hiding fact from fiction. So we get stuck in the future of stuff. Or when it's something social or something you've got to stress or worry about, nearly every single time in our life, if we're going to be real about it and be honest with each other, which is what I'm all about doing to help one another, is every time you feel anxiety, there's something within yourself you're hiding. If it's social anxiety, maybe you're hiding your vulnerability. If it's a sport, I used to have anxiety as a guy growing up playing sport because I played footy. And I reckon I was playing 20 years too early. If I played footy now the way I used to play, I'd be much more accepted because I was not a huge, hard, tough player. I was the opposite. I was more outside in terms of the game of footy I played. I was more skillful. I was more of a one-on-one player. I was quick. I was not a big, tough dude. I've never been that. But in footy, that was the thing that was respected. That was the stuff. Oh, you get all the easy stuff, the cheap ball, all this stuff. And in my head, I'm like, this is how I play the game. I don't see it to be that easy, because if it was, why was everyone else not doing it? But of course, that wasn't the stereotype of the game. So without digressing or going off on a tangent too much, what I'm saying is I used to have anxiety around playing that game because I was hiding the fact that I wasn't as tough as what people felt I needed to be. Now, even though I knew I wasn't tough and it was all out for everybody to see, I was tough in many other ways. And that there made me have anxiety about not showing up as myself and having to be someone that I wasn't. I was hiding who I was behind the way I really played. That's a sporting example. Another part of anxiety was I never liked seeing anyone get hurt. I think most humans don't like seeing anybody get hurt, but that's an anxiety too. So what are you hiding behind with that? Well, you're hiding behind the part that you can't control if someone did get hurt. If you got hurt, you can't control these things. To an extent you can, but in certain scenarios you can't. So I'm hiding behind that. So you can see that with whichever way in your life, and of course I don't know you as of yet, we haven't spoke, but whichever way in your life you have an element of anxiety, stop and look at it for a minute. Don't just become part of the emotion. Stop and look at it and go, what part of my anxiety here am I hiding from? Because I wouldn't have the anxiety if I had nothing to hide. So which part of it can't I see that's getting a hold of me and making me not want to take that action, not want to have that conversation, not want to do that thing? What story am I allowing it to tell me that's stopping me from moving forward? When I figured this out, I was able to own who I was a lot more. I was able to, unapologetically, if you're going to use that word, be more of myself and allow others to have a relationship with that. But before I could worry about others and all these other things, which is where a lot of my anxiety come from, I realised that it was an inside job. I was hiding shit from myself. And when I had to rock up and do things with other people, I couldn't hide from myself if I was acting in a certain way to them, because then I would have to acknowledge the part in myself I've been running from all my life. This is where a lot of anxiety comes from. Now, if you're someone who's deep into the anxious space, or is someone who you're working with a lot of this stuff might not straight away land with you or make sense because you're too busy dealing with the surface level part of your anxiety or your triggers. I'm not against what psychologists teach or what people that are clinically qualified teach. I'm not against what they do, but there's often parts that are missing in what they speak about. And what I'm talking about now is a subtlety that science can't really prove. It's a feeling. I'm talking about a feeling right now. All right? And only you would know what you feel you're hiding from. if you're going to be honest with yourself and you're going to own this, you will feel it. And only when you feel it and know what it is, can you then choose to start unpacking that. What are you hiding from? Who are you hiding from? Why are you hiding? Work this out, start to be more of who you are, and your anxiety will dwindle equally. Become more of who you are, the anxiety lessens. The anxiety is there because you want to be who you are, but you're not being who you are. And that gap between who you are and who you're being is where your anxiety lives. And that comes in across every aspect of what I'm saying. All right, every single aspect. So have a deep dive on that one with yourself. If you want to unpack it further, by all means, shoot me a message or whatever and we can. But it's been a real game changer for me in my life and a lot of the other people that I've been, fortunate to help. So like always, send this to somebody who you think could do with hearing this video. Be the bridge for them. Share this message with them, and I know it will help them the same way it will help you and the same way it's helped me. All right, so have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Take a good breath of fresh air if you can get out in nature. It's always a beautiful thing. Try to feel less of the anxiety and try to feel more of who you are. Enjoy your day.